Connor here from the Daubers, and welcome to Shim-Line Saturdays. We are going into week 6. We're in round 2. We're in week 6 for this one, and we have got some controversial stuff this week. So we have difficult decision versus Izuku Midoriya. So the bonus here is they are both vertical shim lines, so this is going to be a real challenge. So this obviously is the same scenario. We want this down the middle, but now across the way. So let's go straight on in with difficult decisions. The massive shine there. Look at this. This card is the one that, again, we can't confirm if it did or did not attack Queen Historia earlier on in the series. We're not too sure. All we know is that Queen Historia as a card has been incinerated. The shim is no fixable and the card is no good, so we've put it in the bin. So this card took over the spot for it. Again, don't know if the backstage attack was this or not, but this has got a heavy double shim. Something that I did not think possible. I didn't think it was physically doable, but as you can see, if we hover this a little second, you can see right just above the head of what I think is Eren, and then just at the eye line of him, you can see the second one. I'm honestly not entirely sure how aggressive a shim this is. The bottom part actually looks more like a roller mark that you would get from a printing press. So like, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it does come off as a double shim just enough, because you can see it. But the second one just avoids being like its own shim line as such on the actual foiling as such, so it looks more like a roller mark, but it does come off with the double shim sort of styling. So this one is a real tough contender for the money maker that is going to the next round. I really don't actually know how Izuku and Midoriya could beat this one, honestly, because on the art front it is just perfectly on top of the head. Doesn't cut through the 1 on the difficulty. Does it interrupt the art? A smidgen, but not really in any kind of crazy fashion. And then the rest of the card's completely uninterrupted, essentially. And again, it gets the bonus of the double shim. But going down the middle, it would need to be like at the chin level of whatever character that is on the left. That would probably be the perfect centering for the shim, but otherwise it's miles off, really. So like, out of the maximum points we can give it, I mean, I'm going to say this one's not really fitting my criteria for this week in this round. Being in the centre, it's really up the top, really. So I think I'm going to give this one, I'm going to be pretty harsh. I'm going to give this a 2.5 out of 5. I think it's just too far up the top. Even with the double attempt as well, they're just both so far off that I just can't give it anything higher. So yeah, 2.5 for difficult decisions. That was a difficult decision. And let's move on to his contender. He is fighting off against Izuku Midoriya, who, as you can see, has a right big dirty shim down the middle. And now he is got a shim that's way closer to the centre for sure. On the stylistic choice of this promo card for the artwork, though, I'm going to say it doesn't necessarily interrupt the artwork. Like, not too much. We do a wee bit of a rotation as such. Yeah, I wouldn't say this necessarily gets right in the road. Could be a wee bit better. Could be a wee bit better. I think this one also had a bit of a roller line as well. If you just look just below the shim, there is like a small part where it's super close, but it is almost like two doublers as such. This is why I think this one also is like an incredibly tough week for what people would vote for and what I think goes through to the next round. But yeah, on a level, I mean, the foiling looks lovely. Even with the shim, the foiling looks lovely on this kind of card, and I love this character as well. This specific one, because it's basically Yamato Man. But yeah, I think this is a tough one. This actually became way tougher than I thought it was going to be. Like, I think honestly it's just because it's centered a wee bit better. I have to notch it up. The art isn't interrupted too aggressively. I mean, the roller line point on that one potentially could actually be considered centered. I think this gets a 3.5. I actually think it just smidge over a wee bit of it. It's not crazy off, but it also just has an alright scenario going for it. So yeah, I think that is both for sure. This one's a quite an easy one because this one feels a little bit more like less going on for what it could interrupt with. So there we have it. We have difficult decision versus Izuku Midoriya for this week. This one's a tough one, but also a bit of an update. We have even more ways in which you can vote. So we now have, obviously, we post it into two different Facebook groups. You're more than welcome to comment there. You can comment on both. Go for it, go mental. You can comment there. You can comment on the Daubers Discord when it goes live as well. In the general section, you're able to do that there. We also have it coming up as a YouTube short, which means you can comment there. You can comment on the YouTube video just itself, and we are now on TikTok. We've been uploading for the last couple of weeks, but I've not been making a big hullabaloo about it just because I want to see how it all operated on that front. But the TikTok side of things is actually really cool. So also you have the option to vote there as well. So for all the different places you can vote, and including all of the above as such, there's so many options now. You can very much skew their voting system as much as you want to, what card you want to see through. So as I say, we have difficult decisions versus Izuku Midoriya. Who do you wish to see through to the next round? And I'll see you next week for week 7 of Shim-Line Saturdays. Bye everyone.